the way he treated her
By healing her daughter?
before that. Come on.
Things are done in context, right? The value of a story here is that someone comes to Jesus, asks them for a miracle. First of all, he challenges them, and then he grants them the miracle. So I'm curious here, where is the racism? If you want to see racism, I'll show you that from your traditions, if you want to see that.
So that's racism. That's racism because he's a Jew, right? You believe Jesus is a Jew, right?
Can you please prove to me that in the first century, no worries, forward quest. Please prove to me that in the first century, the ideas of racism that we have today were the same back then. Prove it to me, please.
Is that not racism?
No, I'm going to need proof,
If I'm
please.
ethnically a Jew and somebody that's a Gentile comes to me, right? Sorry, was it a Gentile or was it somebody I can't remember?
You know the story, right?
It was a Gentile woman, right?
You know the story, right?
And then he said to her that we don't give it to the bread. We don't give it to the dogs, right? And then she said even the dogs eat from the master's table, something along the lines of that, right? So is that a perfect example?
What happens after that?
Yeah, he heals her after she
Okay,
hits him.
so then yes.
So after he degrades her, it's okay.
He degrades her?
Yeah.
Really?
By calling her a
Can you
dog.
please show me that in the text?
By calling her a dog, is that
Well,
degrading?
show me that she thought that was degrading. Stuff was the same as well. So it appears that they were talking in an analogy and she understood it.
So just because she will get offended, that doesn't mean that calling
Well,
a female a dog.
according to you, the term being used is racist. But then she uses the same term to refer to herself. So it then seems to me that what's occurring there is that they're talking in analogy.
I'm not saying specifically the term. I'm saying the context. A woman that's
Yes,
not a Jew
the
comes
context
to
is
him,
analogy.
comes to him, right? And then he pushes her away. Why? Because she's not a Jew, right?
So if he was racist, why would he help her?
He helped her after degrading her.
Why would he do that?
She wouldn't leave him alone
Why would he just run away?
because she needs help.
But also he cares about her, but he's racist but cares about her. How's that work?
We still called her a dog.
Can you show me racists that care about people they're being racist to?
After begging them, after degrading them, it's like
Yeah, but why would he then do anything for her? Why not just carry on degrading her? If he's racist, I'm curious. Because when I see racists,
This is an argument from silence.
No, that's not from silence. I'm just asking you, if he's truly being racist, why not just carry on degrading her?
Because she wouldn't leave him alone.
So just carry on degrading her then.
Instead of just
Because he's racist, right?
I'm saying instead of wasting his time arguing with her,
Uh-huh.
right? Because she was begging,
Right.
might as well heal her, send her on his way.
Why not just ignore her if he's racist?
Because she wouldn't leave him alone.
So what?
Come on, this is
No. Again, I'm curious, right? So racism, right, is like an abject hatred for a particular ethnic group or nationality.
Yes.
So just because they're bothering you, you stop being racist and help them out? I don't get it.
Yeah, so after discriminating against her, anyway, he helped her.
Right.
That doesn't change
So-
the fact,
so-
that doesn't make the part of him calling her a dog just disappear.
Right.
It's still there
Right.
in the
So
text.
he called her a dog,
Yeah.
and then she refers to herself as a dog as well, meaning that she's being racist to herself.
No, you're not getting the point. It's
Well,
not-
again, I'm trying to get the point because
calling her a
it
dog
seems that
isn't
from
the
every
racist part.
angle that we attack it from,
You don't get
it
it.
seems that you have the wrong conception of, number one, what racial dynamics even were in the first century. Like, can you prove to me in any sense that people who were Canaanites and Jews saw each other as different races in the first century?
You're not missing the point. It's not that he's racist because he
What
called her a
appears
dog.
to be
I'm
happening-
saying the treatment, the way he treated her
By healing her daughter?
before that. Come on.
But
You're just gonna skip that part. You're just gonna skip
No.
that part.
Again, things are done in context, right? There's the totality of a story. The totality of a story here is that someone comes to Jesus, asks them for a miracle. First of all, he challenges them, and then he grants them the miracle. So I'm curious here, where is the racism?
The racism is.
If you want to see racism, I'll show you that from your traditions. If you want to see that,
I'm saying to you, this is.
and you know what? I'll bring it up as well. While we're at it, carry on.
You're saying he's the best example.
Absolutely.
He's the best example. When she's seen the Canaanite woman, right? He should have, without calling her a dog, helped her out because she was in need. Right? Do you agree?
Jesus is great for many reasons. And one of the reasons he's great is because he is amazing at being able to both perform miracles while simultaneously giving teachings at the same time. So we agree that within, for example,
What teaching do you get from being called a
you
dog?
gotta hear it, right?
Go on.
So he tells her that what is given for the children is not for the dogs.
Yeah, exactly.
The Greek was actually puppies, but whatever. And then she says that even the crumbs of what is there falls to the dog, right? Now, what Jesus is teaching here is actually very interesting. We hold, or you guys hold at least, that Christ was only sent for the Jews.
He said that.
Right. However, in this same story, that's where he says this. However, what he's showcasing there is that the message or the blessing begins with the Jews, and then through them is given to other people. Like, for example, the people who are considered the dogs in the analogy. Now, it is not a case by which he is calling her a dog as an insult, but given an analogy where there is a house, there are the primary people who are cared for by their father, the children, and secondarily, the pets. Simple as that. Now,
So they're not important.
if you want to
They're not
see,
equal. They're not equal.
if you want to see racism, I can show it to you right here. Sahih Muslim 1606. There came a slave that pledged allegiance to Allah's apostle on migration. He, the Holy Prophet, did not know that the man was a slave. Then they came the master and demanded him back. Whereupon Allah's apostle said, "Sell him to me." And he bought him for 2 black slaves. And he did not afterwards take allegiance from anyone until he had asked whether or not they were a slave or a free man.
How is that racism?
Why would you sell 2 black slaves for a singular non-black slave?
That's what you wanted. That's what the person wanted.
Nope, the person didn't want that. Nope, he wanted his single slave back. And then Muhammad says,
What do you mean back? It was a transaction.
nope,
Not back.
nope. The master came
The man-
looking
the man-
for his slave that went away. It says here, then there came his master and demanded him back. Him, singular. Now, after demanding the single slave that ran away back, Allah's apostle says, with no prompting, sell him to me, and he bought him for 2 black
How is that
slaves.
racism?
Now,
How is that racism?
why is the value
How is that
of 1 non-black slave in Muhammad's eyes equivalent to 2 black slaves?
How is that racism?
If you're trading people, you trade like for like. It appears that in the eyes of Muhammad, a black slave is worth half as much as a non-black slave, which is why you would sell 2 for 1.
And you have an issue with that. Does that disprove?
Are you okay with this?
Does that disprove his prophethood?
Just to confirm,
Does that disprove his prophethood?
just to confirm, you're okay with selling 2 black slaves for 1 non-black slave?
You're okay with it as well as in your Bible as well.
No, I'm not okay with it.
Your
So,
God never
just to
legislates.
confirm,
Your God never legislates.
just to
I
confirm,
just said it's okay.
you're okay with selling, no, just to confirm, you're okay with selling 2 black slaves for 1 non-black slave.
You're a Muslim, yeah.
Amazing.
You're a Muslim.
So, you have now proven that Muhammad is racist and that Islam, by extension, is also racist because it devalues the worth of a black person to half that of a non-black person. Good job.
That's fine. In your Bible, is the N-word Acts 13:1?
That's fine.
Acts 13:1.
He says it's fine to
N-word.
devalue the value
Simon is called
of
the
a
N-word.
black person to half that of a non-black person.
Simon's called the N-word.
When you follow Muhammad,
And you want to talk about devalue?
when you follow Muhammad,
When you follow Jesus,
this is what happens to you.
Why do you get called the N-word by Simon? Poor Simon. Poor Simon. Why do you get called the N-word?
So, thank you for confirming that. Now, your next point.
Yeah, why was he called the N-word Simon in Acts 13:1?
Simon
And you have an
was
issue-
called
and
the
you have an issue-
N-word.
And you have an issue with slavery. Okay, if you have an issue with slavery, then
What's the N-word?
if you want to pull it up, we can go on Blue Letter Bible. I can play it for you.
Go for it.
And it says,
Go for it.
I don't want to say it because
Okay, well, I mean, you're already a racist, so you don't mind. But my question here would be, can you prove to me that that terminology in the 1st century again was racist?
I don't need to. All I need to do is play it, and everyone knows what the word is.
Right, but surely the word has changed meaning. over the centuries, no?
It literally means black. So it's Simon
Okay.
who was called black.
Okay,
So
so
imagine your whole identity is that you're black.
so
That's your.
in the first century, they don't have last names like we have today. So the way that they give people last names is either by referencing where they come from, what they look like, or where, or who their father
What's
is.
your name? What's your name?
Hold on,
Huh?
hold on,
What's your name?
hold on. So, for example, you have James the Just. You have James the Lesser. Are these last names or just ways of identifying people? Now, Simon was a Jew, so he wasn't a black African. So very clearly, what you're insinuating isn't what the term means.
So let's go to the lexicon. So when we go to the lexicon, does it not say black?
I'm glad you watched my video with your favorite caveman.
I've never watched. I've never seen you before.
You said lexicon, which is a very, very precise word.
Wait, what? Precise word? What? Everybody uses lexicon.
The same word that I used against your
I
caveman.
asked you what's your name. I don't even know what your name is.
Oh, you know my name.
Wallahi, Qasman billah, I don't know what your name is.
I've spoken extensively with your caveman.
Who's my? I'm from Manchester. I don't know from here.
Doesn't matter. You have YouTube.
I don't
So,
know who you. What's your name, by the way? Let's keep it respect. What's your name?
my name's Dawood.
Dawood, that's your name.
So, wait. So wait. You don't know my name, but you know what my name isn't.
The way you hesitated.
Fair enough.
I can tell you lying.
So, you have here Simon, who was called Niger, right?
Do you want to go through that Bible and play it?
Well, bang. We can look and we can see